Hello friends, welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're going to make oven roasted corn on the cob. So what you see on my counter is everything that we're going to use to do this, and we're actually using corn on the cob that has the husk and everything on it because sometimes you get a better deal when you're buying it like this. Because I went to the grocery store the other day and they were having a special, and believe it or not, I got 10 of these for $1, which is amazing because, you know, it's usually outrageous. But we're going to use them along with everything else that is here to make this in the oven, because we're going to oven roast it. Mind you, you could actually do this on a grill if you wanted to by the time we get done with it. But the first step we're going to do is we're going to actually take the husk and the silk off of our corn. So we're going to shuck it. So go ahead and just open the top of your corn up, and you're going to pull it to the side a little bit, work your way toward the bottom till you can actually just flip the back of this off and pull it down. So if you've never shucked corn before, you're doing it now. It's really not a hard process, but usually when you do it this way, you get better corn and you save a lot when you do the corn, because this is so much better than anything you're going to get that where the store's already cut it down to these little minuscule pieces of corn on the cob, or the frozen stuff, which I really refuse to eat. So this is it right here. So we pulled off the whole husk on the outside. There's still going to be silk on this, so we're going to have to work our way around it and get this off. So some of you already know this process. Bear with, because it's just one of those things where some people have never done this before, and this is a new experience. So just remember, other people don't know everything that some people do know. We all have to learn. This is how we learn. So go ahead and just work your way through these. I have 4 ears of corn here that I'm working with because that's about what I needed for the meal I was going to prepare. So you could do this with like 6 if you wanted. It's just one of those things where what I'm giving you as far as the ingredients works for at least 6 of these, so you're good to go. Go ahead and just work your way through each one of these ears of corn. Now we need to preheat our ovens to 425 degrees, which this is going to actually cook from anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes. I would err on the side of 25 because I like to make sure that my corn is cooked, because there's nothing worse than biting into an ear of corn and finding out that it's really hard and not very well cooked and it doesn't taste very good. So go for the 25 minutes. And the best thing about this is you can't really mess this up, because these are going to be protected because they're wrapped in foil. They're going to cook in the oven that time and they're going to be perfectly good. But some people will say, oh, you're using foil? Yes, I'm using foil because if anything, it's going to keep all of my ingredients inside of here to flavor these, butter them, and do everything and cook them. Now, some people can cook these things in the husk. Okay, if you want to do that, that's your choice. I don't choose to. It's just not the way I want to do it. So I'm doing this a particular way. So for those of you who want to just cook it in the husk, go ahead. But it's not going to be seasoned. It's not going to be buttered. It's not going to be the same thing that I'm doing. So it's your choice how you want to do it. But once we get all of these shucked, all 4 of them, then we're going to clean up the little bit of mess that we made and then work on getting these ready for the oven. The best thing about this is it's really not a lot to do to them to get them ready. That's the best thing about it. You just really have very little to work with here to make them taste amazing. And these do have such a great taste, because when you're cooking these in the oven and roasting them, they're going to get such a flavor from all the ingredients you're putting inside of the foil. So before we do anything else, look at your ears here. Make sure that there's not a lot of silk on them anywhere. Get as much off as possible. Run your hands over them to loosen it up and you'll see it. Just do whatever you have to do to make sure you get all of this gone. And then we're going to move on to the next step of wrapping these up for the oven. So these are all of our corn right here. All our ears are ready to roll. Now we're going to start out with a bowl, which I have about 5 tablespoons of butter in this. And we're going to add at least 1.5 teaspoons of Creole seasoning to this. And we're going to mix it up. So just take a spoon, mix it through. You just want to get this incorporated into the butter so that way it's completely throughout it. So before we go to brush this onto the ears of corn, it's all mixed through. So keep mixing that up until you see that it's all mixed together. And then after this, we're going to add in some garlic, which we have minced garlic to the side, which is about, I'd say, a tablespoon or so. And just go ahead and add that in. And then we're going to mix that through as well. Now, mind you, you see there's salt and pepper right to the side of this. We are not mixing that into the butter. We're going to hold that just to sprinkle over top of the corn once it's in the wrapper to go into the oven, because you know, different people want different amounts of salt or pepper or whatever. So it's one of those where when I do it, I just like do like a pinch or two on top just to give it flavor but not overload it. So once the butter is mixed up, we're ready with that. We have our salt and pepper. We're going to set these to the side, and then we're going to start wrapping up the corn. So basically, put the corn in your foil. I have 4 pieces of foil here already separated. And then I'm going to take a brush and just brush this all over the ear of corn. Now, you can make thick or thin layers of this if you want to. The more you put on there, the more buttery it's going to be, the better it's going to taste, but the more seasoning you're getting as well from the Creole seasoning and the garlic. And really the garlic brings out such flavor, and this is such a wonderful thing. So at this point, once you're done with this, just do a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper on top of this. And then once we get however much we want, we're going to roll this up. So basically just take one side and just start rolling it towards the other, and then flip the ends over, so that way everything doesn't come out of these when they're actually in the oven roasting, because we want to make sure we keep that butter inside as well as the garlic and the seasoning and everything else. And we're going to repeat this for each one of these. And as I said, it's really however much you want to put into this thing to actually coat the outside of it with the butter, garlic, and all of that. Just a reminder, if you haven't preheated to 425, you need to do it now. And as I said, I'd say up to 25 minutes on cook time on these for just to roast them makes them like taste really amazing. So go ahead, salt and pepper, and then roll this one up, and we're going to move forward to the other 2 and get them done. Now, like I said before, if you wanted to do like 6 of these instead of 4, the seasoning and everything that I gave you here, you could distribute it over 6 of these very easily. You don't have to just limit it to 4. But it's just one of these things that I was doing with this, because when I went and got my ears of corn, like I said, they were like 10 for $1. You know, I had so many of these left over that, you know, I'm going to end up doing another video for how to fry these on top of the stove, which is actually really cool. But, you know, it's one of these things where, you know, you get so many of these, you get to get creative on how you use them. So here we go with this one. It's about to roll up, and then we have one more. Now, one thing you're going to need before we get this last one done is some kind of a baking pan that has an edge on it, because we're going to sit these on the baking pan to go into the oven, but things do leak sometimes. Not that we want them to, but they do. So if you have something like a baking pan that has an edge on it, at least you'll have something there in case it leaks. It won't go all over your stove. It's easier to clean up. And yes, I just made a mess. But anyway, the good thing with this is that when you roll these up the right way, they don't really leak. All of the mess that's going to happen from this is literally going to be inside of that foil, which you're going to throw away anyway. So that's the best part of it. So this last ear is done, just rolling it up and tucking the ends in. And then here's my baking pan. Now, when you put them on your baking pan, separate them a little bit so that way they can actually get some heat all the way around them, so they're not all pushed together. So just make sure they have even spacing on it. And then we're going to get ready to put these into the oven. So like I said, 25 minutes. We're going to be at 425 degrees. And when they come back, it's going to be really hot, but I'm going to open this one up for you just to let you see inside of it, because these just cook up so amazingly well. And as you can see, it's absorbed all this wonderful butter and seasoning and the garlic, and it's ready to eat. This is best, and you can serve this with anything you want. And I served mine with some chicken, and I just had the best meal out of this. And as you can see right here on my plate, it just looks amazing and it tastes amazing. And this is something that I think you're really going to like if you give this a try. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out the Southern Mountain Kitchen website, where you can get a free recipe, check out the cookbooks available from the Southern Mountain Kitchen, and if you'd like to, you could order a cookbook at a discounted price, cheaper than Amazon, with shipping that is also cheaper than Amazon. So if you get a chance, check it out, and I hope you have a great day.